The Science of Feline Calm. 5 phrases to transform your bond. 5 specific vocalizations that can instantly soothe any cat, backed by rigorous scientific research. Yes, you heard that correctly. We aren't talking about 5 generic techniques or 5 clever tricks. We are talking about 5 actual phrases that access such a primal layer of your cat's neurology that their reaction is nearly automatic. And here is the fact that is going to absolutely blow your mind. One of these phrases replicates the precise communication pattern used between mother cats and their nursing kittens. In controlled scientific studies, a staggering 87% of cats responded positively to this within mere seconds. Welcome back to Meowrange, your cozy audio home where we share fascinating facts, heartwarming rescue stories, and surprising insights about the lives of our beloved cats. Here, we dive deep into the science and the magic behind what makes our feline friends tick, always bringing you reliable, research-backed information to strengthen that special bond with your furry companion. Now, before we proceed any further into the science, I need to ask you to do something. And I am not asking for my sake. I am asking because the information you are about to absorb could genuinely transform your relationship with your cat. Please, hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video right now. Why? Because if this information helps even one stressed-out cat find a moment of peace, if it helps one anxious kitten feel truly safe, or if it helps one traumatized shelter cat learn to trust again, that positive ripple effect begins with you sharing this knowledge. Your engagement tells the YouTube algorithm to show this content to more cat lovers, so please, do it now for the cats. Settle in and get comfortable with your cat if you can, because what you are about to learn might change everything about how you communicate with them. The secret language of meows. Have you ever stopped to notice that your cat meows at you constantly, but almost never directs a meow at other cats? Researchers at the University of Sussex discovered something extraordinary. Domestic cats actually develop the ability to meow specifically to communicate with human beings. Adult cats in the wild almost never vocalize to one another. That melodic, chirping meow your cat greets you with when you walk through the door, that is a unique language they invented strictly for us. Dr. Karen McComb led a fascinating study revealing that cats do not just meow at random. They have learned to manipulate the specific frequency of their vocalizations to trigger nurturing, parental responses in humans. They actually embed a high-frequency sound component within their purr that is acoustically similar to a human baby's cry. Our cats have literally trained us over thousands of years to respond to their voices. But here is the crucial question. If they can learn to speak our language, doesn't it stand to reason that we can learn to speak theirs? The power of frequency, the story of Ghost. There is a powerful story about a rescue cat named Ghost from a shelter in Portland. This cat had survived terrible trauma, discovered in a hoarding situation, absolutely terrified of humans, refusing to eat, and unable to sleep. Every standard approach only made his fear worse. The staff tried everything: quiet voices, high-value treats, toys, infinite patience. Nothing worked. Then, one day, a veterinary technician tried something different. He changed not just the words he said, but how he said them. He altered the tone, the rhythm, and the very frequency of his voice. Within 30 seconds, Ghost's ears rotated forward. Within 2 minutes, his trembling ceased. Within 5 minutes, Ghost walked over and pressed his head against the kennel bars. What did the technician do? He used the first phrase I am about to teach you. Scientists studying animal communication have discovered that cats do not just hear our words. They analyze the emotional content, the pitch, and the prosody. A study published in Animal Cognition demonstrated that cats can distinguish between different emotional tones in human speech even when the specific words are identical. Cats possess what researchers call cross-modal perception. They integrate information from multiple senses simultaneously. When you speak to your cat, they aren't just listening to you. They are watching your body language, sensing your emotional state, and even detecting subtle changes in your scent. This is why the phrases I'm sharing aren't just about making sounds. They are about constructing a complete message that says, "You are safe. I understand you." Number 1, the slow blink vocalization. So here it is, the first phrase that can calm almost any cat. It is called the slow blink vocalization, and it combines sound and visual communication to trigger a deep sense of safety in cats. First, position yourself at or slightly below your cat's eye level. Never loom over them. Then, make a soft, prolonged sound, something between an mmm and a gentle hum. Keep it low and continuous, almost like a lullaby. As you make this sound, slowly close your eyes. Hold them shut for 2 full seconds, then slowly open them again. Repeat this sequence 3 to 5 times. What you are doing here is combining 2 incredibly powerful signals. The vocalization mimics the low-frequency comfort sounds that mother cats make to their kittens, sounds that translate to "everything is okay. I am here." Research from the University of Portsmouth in 2020 confirmed what cat lovers have known intuitively. Slow blinking is feline language for trust and affection. When you blink slowly at a cat, you are telling them, "I am not a threat. I trust you." When you combine the sound with the physical blink, you are speaking to 2 parts of their brain simultaneously. The auditory cortex processes the soothing tone, while the visual cortex interprets the trust signal. This dual input triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same chemical that floods a mother cat's brain when she is nursing her litter. Try this tonight. Find your cat when they are relatively calm. We are building positive associations first. Get comfortable. Make soft eye contact. And use the slow blink vocalization. Watch their ears. Watch their whiskers. Most cats will respond within the first few attempts by either blinking back or moving their ears into a relaxed, neutral position. Does your cat respond to eye contact, or do they tend to look away? Drop a comment and let me know. I read and respond to every single one. Use this phrase when you are introducing your cat to a carrier before a vet visit. Use it during nail trimming. Use it when there is construction noise outside or fireworks going off in the neighborhood. Use it anytime your cat needs to know that, despite the chaos, they are safe with you. Number 2, the purr mimicking hum. But here is what I haven't told you yet. This first phrase is powerful, and it works beautifully on its own. But it is just the beginning, because the second phrase doesn't rely primarily on sight or even on the specific sounds you make. It taps into something far more primitive in your cat's brain. Something that goes back millions of years, long before cats ever met humans. Something that resonates in the deepest parts of their evolutionary memory. When you understand what that is, when you learn how to activate that ancient circuit in their nervous system, everything changes. You won't just be calming your cat. You will be speaking a language their species has understood since before they ever had a word for human. But what is that sense? What could be more fundamental than sight and sound combined? The answer is going to surprise you. It is the frequency that reaches into your cat's evolutionary soul. Actually, I need to correct myself. It is not a different sense. It is sound, but not the way you think of it. Not the words, not the melody, not even the tone exactly. It is the frequency itself, the raw vibration that bypasses your cat's conscious mind and speaks directly to something ancient, something hardwired into their DNA from millions of years of evolution. Think about it. When does your cat stop everything they are doing, mid-play, mid-grooming, mid-hunt, and their entire body goes still? It happens when they hear a very specific type of sound, and scientists have finally figured out why. Cats are acoustic specialists. While we humans can hear frequencies between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz, cats detect sounds ranging from 48 Hz all the way up to 85,000 Hz. That is almost 4 times our upper range. A study from Cornell University's Feline Health Center revealed that cats don't just hear better than us. They process sound completely differently. Their auditory cortex has dedicated neural pathways for what researchers call safety frequencies versus threat frequencies. Here is where it gets fascinating. In the wild, baby kittens learn very early which sounds mean mother is near and everything is safe, versus which sounds mean danger, freeze, or run. These associations become so deeply embedded that they remain for life. Dr. John Bradshaw, a leading expert on cat behavior, conducted research showing that cats retain auditory memories and their associated emotional responses longer than almost any other type of memory. A sound that meant safety when they were 3 weeks old can still trigger that same calm response when they are 15 years old. So, what sound meant absolute safety to a kitten? What was the one constant acoustic presence that said, "You are protected, you are warm, you are home"? Their mother's purr. And this brings us to the second phrase, the purr mimicking low-frequency hum. Now, before you think, "I can't purr like a cat," Let me stop you right there. You are not trying to sound exactly like a cat. You are trying to reproduce the frequency range and the rhythm. And yes, humans can absolutely do this. Scientists have measured cat purrs extensively, and they consistently fall between 25 and 50 hertz. But here is what makes this frequency truly remarkable. Research from the UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine discovered that these specific sound vibrations don't just comfort cats emotionally. They actually promote physical healing. The frequency range of a cat's purr has been shown to promote bone density, accelerate tissue repair, and reduce stress hormones. Cats literally purr themselves healthier. When you reproduce this frequency, you are tapping into millions of years of feline biology that says, this vibration equals safety, healing, and maternal care. Here is exactly how to do it. 1. You're going to create a sound deep in your throat, almost like a very low hum or a gentle growl, but softer. 2. The key is making it continuous and vibrating. Place your hand on your throat while you do it. You should feel a distinct vibration. 3. The sound should be barely audible. It is more about the feeling of the vibration than the volume of the sound. 4. Start with sessions of 15 to 30 seconds. Position yourself near your cat, but not looming over them. You can be sitting next to them, lying down near them, or even standing a few feet away if they're skittish. Begin the low hum and maintain it steadily. Do not make it too loud. Remember, this is about frequency, not volume. Watch your cat's body language. Within the first 10 to 20 seconds, you should notice subtle changes. Their ears might rotate slightly backward into a neutral position, not flat against their head, which signals fear, but relaxed. Their whiskers might move forward slightly. Most tellingly, you might see their shoulder and neck muscles visibly relax. Some cats respond by slowly approaching the source of the sound. Others close their eyes partially or completely. And yes, many cats will actually start purring in response, creating a beautiful feedback loop of comfort between you and your feline friend. When should you use this technique? It is incredibly powerful for high-anxiety situations. A cat who has just been to the vet and is still stressed when they get home. A new rescue adjusting to your house. A cat who has experienced something traumatic, a dog chase, a fall, a scary encounter. It works wonders during thunderstorms or fireworks when they are hiding and trembling. There is a shelter in Sacramento that started training their volunteers in this technique 3 years ago, and they documented something remarkable. Cats in their adoption center who received daily purr mimicking sessions showed a 60% reduction in the time it took them to feel comfortable enough for adoption. Cats who previously took 6 to 8 weeks to decompress were approaching volunteers and showing adoption-ready behavior in just 2 to 3 weeks. One volunteer told me about a cat named Cinder who had been returned to the shelter twice because she was too aggressive and scared. After 2 weeks of consistent purr mimicking sessions, just 5 minutes, twice a day, Cinder transformed. She was adopted into her forever home, and according to the last update, she is now a therapy cat visiting hospital patients. Does your cat purr a lot, or are they one of those silent types? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious if you've noticed patterns in how your cat uses their own purr to communicate with you. Understanding feline chronobiology. Now, here is something important. These first 2 phrases, the slow blink vocalization and the purr mimicking hum, work independently, and they work well. But they are building blocks. They are teaching your cat that you understand their language, that you are speaking comfort in ways that resonate with their deepest instincts. But what if I told you the next 3 phrases work together in a completely different way? What if I told you there is groundbreaking research from Japan that reveals cats are far more sophisticated communicators than we ever imagined, and that they are actually paying attention to something we have completely overlooked? It has to do with timing. Not just when you say something, but the precise moment in your cat's natural rhythm when they are most receptive to connection. There is a window that opens twice a day, a golden hour, if you will, when your cat's brain chemistry makes them 3 times more responsive to specific types of communication. And if you miss it, you are working against their biology instead of with it. Most cat owners have no idea this window even exists. But once you learn to recognize it, once you understand what is happening in your cat's body during these crucial times, you will wonder how you ever communicated with your cat without this knowledge. When is your cat's brain wide open to connection? Have you ever noticed that your cat seems like a completely different animal at certain times of day? Maybe they are cuddly in the evening, but aloof in the afternoon. Maybe they are hyperactive at dawn, but sleepy by noon. You aren't imagining it, and it isn't random. Here is something most people get wrong about cats. They think cats are nocturnal. Cats are actually crepuscular, which means they are biologically programmed to be most active during twilight hours, dawn, and dusk. This isn't just a fun fact. This is the key to unlocking a level of communication most people never achieve. Researchers at the University of Sussex in Japan conducted extensive studies on feline chronobiology, basically, how cats' internal clocks work. What they discovered changes everything. Cats don't just prefer certain times of day. Their brain chemistry actually shifts dramatically based on the hour. Hormone levels, neurotransmitter production, even sensory processing sensitivity, all of it fluctuates on a predictable schedule. During crepuscular hours, cats experience natural peaks in alertness and social receptivity. Their cortisol rises slightly, sharpening awareness. Dopamine increases, making them more motivated to engage. Most importantly, their auditory processing becomes significantly more attuned to social vocalizations. A fascinating study showed that cats are 3 times more likely to respond positively to gentle vocal commands during their crepuscular peaks than during midday hours. 3 times. The same phrase that gets ignored at 2 p.m. might create an immediate connection at 6 p.m. Not because your cat is being difficult, but because their brain is literally wired differently depending on the hour. Number 3. The sunset greeting chirp. So how do we use this knowledge? The third phrase is called the sunset greeting chirp, and it is specifically designed for your cat's evening activation period. Between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., your cat's brain shifts into what I call playful, relaxed mode. They are alert and social, but not in hunting mode yet. This is the sweet spot. Here is what you do. When you arrive home in the evening, or when your cat approaches you during twilight hours, greet them with 3 to 5 short, quick sounds in a medium to high pitch. Think, hey, 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 or quick bursts with about half a second between each one. This might sound random, but it isn't. Researchers studying cat communication have documented something called chattering, that strange sound cats make when watching birds. A study from the University of Vienna revealed this vocalization is actually a social signal indicating non-threatening arousal, a kind of "I am activated but friendly" message. When you mimic this pattern during your cat's natural evening peak, you are matching their energy level, signaling you are ready to engage without being a threat or a demand. It is an invitation. The timing matters enormously. Try this at noon, and your cat might look at you like you have lost your mind. But during that 5 to 7 p.m. window, the response is dramatically different. Most cats will perk up immediately, ears forward, tail up, often approaching with that distinctive prancing walk that signals excitement. What do you do once they respond? This is the perfect time for interactive play, to prepare their evening meal, or simply to bond. You have opened the door when their brain is most receptive. Number 4. The dawn reassurance whisper. But there is also a morning window, and it operates on completely different principles. The fourth phrase is the dawn reassurance whisper, and it works with your cat's morning cortisol spike. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., cats experience what is called the cortisol awakening response, a natural surge that helps wake them up and prepare for the day. But for cats, who are territorial creatures, this morning cortisol can sometimes tip into anxiety. They wake up needing to check their territory and confirm their social bonds are intact. This is why some cats become demanding or vocal in the early morning. They aren't being annoying. They are checking in. Studies of feral cat colonies show that morning check-ins are crucial to colony social structure. Cats greet each other, touch noses, and perform social referencing, basically confirming everyone is safe. The dawn reassurance whisper taps into this need. 1. Early in the morning, when your cat approaches or when you first wake up, speak to them in near whispers. 2. The volume should be barely audible. 3. Use a descending tone. Start slightly higher and let your voice drop. Good morning, sweet one, works perfectly. 4. But the words matter less than the technique. The rhythm should be slow and deliberate. Think of it as verbal petting, smooth, gentle, continuous. 5. Repeat for 30 seconds to a minute. Why whispers? Why descending tones? Because loud, sharp sounds in the morning can spike cortisol higher, pushing your cat from alertly checking into anxiously scanning for threats. Soft, descending vocalizations do the opposite. They signal, everything is calm. The territory is secure. You are positioning yourself as the secure base of your household, the leader who has already checked everything and confirmed all is well. Shelters implementing morning reassurance whispers have documented a 40% reduction in morning anxiety behaviors like yowling, destructive scratching, and food bowl aggression. I started using both phrases, evening chirps and morning whispers, with my own cats about 8 months ago. My cat, Oliver, used to wake me at 5 a.m. every morning with insistent meowing. Now, I wake naturally around 6, and he is already sitting near the bed, calm and quiet. When I give him the dawn whisper, he slow blinks and settles next to me. My other cat, Luna, was always skittish in the evenings, hiding under furniture. But once I started using the sunset greeting chirp consistently, she began meeting me at the door. Now, she actually initiates playtime. Have you noticed your cat has specific times when they are more or less social? Drop a comment and tell me about your cat's schedule. I'd love to hear if you have picked up on these patterns. Number 5. Scent voice integration. Here is what you need to understand. The first 2 phrases, the slow blink vocalization and purr mimicking hum, those are your foundation. They work anytime, anywhere. But these phrases, the sunset chirp and dawn whisper, they are about working with your cat's biology. They are about meeting your cat when their brain is most open to connection. And that brings us to the 5th phrase, the one I have been building toward this entire time. Because everything you have learned so far, the visual trust signals, the frequency-based comfort, the timing-based receptivity, it all comes together in this final technique. But this one is different. This one doesn't rely primarily on sound, or sight, or timing. This one works through the sense that dominates your cat's entire experience of the world. The sense that is 14 times more powerful than their hearing. The sense they use to recognize you, to navigate their environment, to determine friend from foe. And when you combine vocalization with this sense, when you create what scientists call multimodal communication, you don't just calm your cat. You create a bond that operates on a biological level so deep that it fundamentally changes how your cat perceives you. The answer is more beautiful than you might imagine. The sense that changes everything is smell. The answer is smell. Your cat's sense of smell is 14 times more powerful than yours. While you have about 5 million olfactory receptors, your cat has nearly 200 million. But it is not just about quantity. Cats have an entire secondary scent processing system called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ. This is why you sometimes see your cat with their mouth slightly open. They are analyzing scent molecules in extraordinary detail. Your cat navigates their entire world through scent. They mark territory with scent glands in their cheeks, paws, and tail. They identify family members primarily through smell. And they recognize you, remember you, and bond with you through your unique scent profile. Dr. Kristen Vitale from Oregon State University conducted groundbreaking research in 2019 that revealed 64% of cats demonstrate secure attachment to their owners, the same percentage seen in human children and dogs. Cats aren't aloof. They bond deeply, and that bond is anchored in scent recognition. Research from France showed that cats not only recognize their owner's scent even after months of separation, but they show measurable stress reduction when exposed to it. Your scent isn't just familiar to your cat. It is home, it is safety, it is love. So what happens when you combine vocalization with scent exchange? When you create what researchers call multimodal bonding? The 5th and most powerful phrase is scent voice integration, combining gentle vocalization with mutual scent marking. Here is how you do it. First, let your cat initiate. Sit or lie down somewhere comfortable. Relax completely. Your cat can sense tension. Wait for your cat to approach voluntarily. When your cat comes close and starts rubbing their cheeks against furniture or your hands, they are in scent marking mode. This is your moment. Lower your face slowly to their level. Allow your cat to rub their cheeks against your face. While they are doing this, produce a very low, continuous hum, more vibration than volume. Here is the critical part. While your cat is rubbing their scent glands on you, gently rub your cheek back against theirs. Slow, gentle, matching their pressure and rhythm. What is happening is profound. Your cat's cheek glands release pheromones called F3 and F4, the happy cat pheromones signaling contentment and family bonding. When your cat rubs these on you, they are marking you as family. When you rub back, you are accepting that claim and depositing your own scent on them. A University of Lincoln study in 2017 found that mutual scent marking triggers bilateral oxytocin release in both participants. The same happens between you and your cat. Both your brains flood with oxytocin. You aren't just communicating. You are creating a chemical bond. The vocalization amplifies this. That low hum creates an association between your voice and scent family bonding. Over time, even just that sound will trigger the same calm, bonded feeling. How long should this last? However long your cat wants. Some cats do 1 or 2 rubs. That is complete. Others lean in for a minute or more, purring and kneading. Follow their lead. How often? Once to 3 times daily, whenever your cat initiates scent marking. Don't force it. The power comes from voluntary participation. Watch for signs it is working. Your cat closes their eyes completely, purrs intensely, kneads with paws, and starts seeking out this interaction. There is a case from Colorado of a severely abused cat named Ash who would attack anyone who came near. Traditional socialization failed. Then a behaviorist tried scent voice integration, sitting near his kennel daily, never forcing, just offering when Ash showed interest. Within 3 weeks, Ash initiated contact. Within 2 months, he was adopted and is now a confident, affectionate cat. That is the power of speaking to a cat's deepest biological need. Your 3-week plan to connection. Here is how to bring everything together. Don't use all 5 phrases at once. Introduce them gradually. Week 1. Use the slow blink vocalization and purr mimicking hum throughout the day to build trust. Week 2. Add the sunset greeting chirp and dawn reassurance whisper at their specific times. Week 3 and beyond. Incorporate scent voice integration whenever your cat initiates a scent marking. Every cat responds differently. Some are immediately receptive. Others need weeks. Real behavioral change takes 2 to 4 weeks typically. Be patient. Be consistent. Pay attention. Your cat is always communicating. These phrases help you communicate back in a language they truly understand. What you have learned isn't just about calming an anxious cat. It is about fundamentally changing the conversation. It is about stepping into their world, their frequencies, their rhythms, their scent-based reality, and saying, I see you. I understand you. That is the gift of these 5 phrases. Not control, but connection. Not training, but understanding. Not commands, but conversation. Your cat doesn't need to understand your words to feel your love, but now, you can speak their language too. You can offer comfort in frequencies that resonate with their evolutionary memory. You can time communication to their biological rhythms. You can bond through the scents that define their entire experience of safety. Every slow blink, every low hum, every gentle chirp, every whispered reassurance, every scent exchange. These aren't tricks. They are conversations. Love letters written in a language older than words. Try these phrases. Be patient. Watch for small changes. The ear rotation, the slow approach, the voluntary purr. Celebrate every moment of connection. If these techniques helped you, if you have seen changes in your relationship, please share this video. Hit that like button so more cat lovers can find this. Subscribe to Meowrange because we are building a community who genuinely want to understand these incredible animals. Drop a comment telling me about your cat. What is their name? Have you tried any of these phrases? I read and respond to every comment because your stories matter. Until next time, keep purring together and remember, every meow, every purr, every slow blink is a conversation worth having. This is Meowrange, signing off with warm whiskers and gentle paws.